Good afternoon. Let's just check that we are live and have audio. Why have we not got the picture? Good afternoon, there we are, and we've got audio too. Just get this posted to the chat. Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to Aero League Racing. This is Tier 4 White, and this is round 4 at Mount Panorama, or as it's more commonly known, Bathurst. What a race it will be. Incredibly difficult race. I'm sure everyone will agree. So without any more preamble, we'll get through and have a quick look at the grid. So this is the sprint race. So we don't get qualifying as usual. So in first place, Nick doing a really good job in the Z4. Then we've got Rocket, no surprises at the pointy end. In second place, Sargent in the Corvette in third. Blade Runner doing a great job again, up in fourth place in the Peugeot. Then we have D-Dubs in a Mazda, fifth. Danger Mouse in a Porsche in sixth. The other Peugeot, first of the teammates, Sir Tracy in seventh. Orak bringing it in eighth in the BMW M6. Then we have Turbo, ninth place in the Jag. Naudi in the other 911. Beaumont in the Mazda in 11th. Radiate doing a really good job again, up into 12th in the other M6. Cross in a Lamborghini, and I believe he's in VR as well. Eric of Canada, I assume his teammate, in 14th. Falcon in 15th. And Druid, who must have had a really terrible qualifying, in 16th, because normally he'd be a bit further up than that. So, without any more time wasting, let's get on and watch this race. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're off. No false starts by the look of it, which is excellent going. Great getaway there for Nick. And Sargent coming up on the inside of Rocket, perhaps? No, going a little bit deep there, Rocket. Oh, and contact already for, what was that, Blade Runner, I think. So that's going to really hamper his race to get back round and try and catch up. So Sargent makes a good gap on Rocket there, coming up to the beginning of the mountain. I don't know all the names of these corners, but we'll just call it going up and going down. This is the really tricky bit now, because there's just no room for error, no margin for error, lots of opportunities to lose grip a little bit and plough into a barrier, really hampering your speeds and allowing people to catch up. I don't know about you, but it does look a little bit dark and cloudy. I didn't think it rained very much in Australia, but you never know. We might even see a little bit of rain that you don't get the radar on the replays, unfortunately, so we'll just have to wait and see. But here we go, coming down through the S's and something else. I don't know. Forest Elbow, that's the one at the end, isn't it? And Rocket going for a deep lunge, doesn't quite make it stick there. But then coming out onto Conrod Straight, I do know that one. Over a mile long down this straight and able to pick up lots of speed. Turbo now all over the back of Rocket. Will he get a move done? I imagine he will do. The amount of overspeed you're going to get because of the slip down here Rocket does a really good job of managing to keep them at bay. Perhaps Turbo playing a bit of a long game on this one. Why risk spinning out or something like that if you don't have to? But you can see him looking, he's getting hungry for that overtake. Let's have a quick look down the rest of the track to see what people are doing. Chaos, fantastic start from Chaos, getting all the way back up into 7th from last place. I almost wish we could restart and just watch that. Danger Mouse doing a good job, so Tracy now doing Radiate. Oh, Radiate going deep. Oh, what a save, managing to hang on for that one there. And Blade Runner catching up at the back there, so let's stick on board with him for a few minutes to see how he does. Coming up the mountain now. If you get this even slightly wrong, you are in the wall and your whole lap will be compromised. It's a good job almost really that we don't run full damage on this, because the amount of pit stops you'd have to do for it would be horrendous. We're really keeping it nice and clean through here. A very difficult track to overtake, although Falcon gets a bit deep there, goes into the barrier, and he's got damage. Look at that already. So coming into the S's, difficult to keep everything under control through there, but everyone does a really good job so far. Now, did we see that? I saw somebody had a penalty somewhere. That must have been somebody else then. Oh, it was perhaps one of the other, Sir Tracy was one of the other Peugeots. Oh, look at how much time he's lost with that as well. Wow, all the way down into 12th again now. That really hurts. However, the Peugeot is pretty rapid, so let's see what they can both do, the Peugeot drivers. We'll work our way back up the field slowly, just to see how people are getting on. Much better race this time from last time, although he's on the hards. I'm not too sure why he would be on the hards. Can definitely get away with doing a soft on the sprint race. Maybe he's been doing some practice for the feature race and forgot to change his tyres again. Now on the soft, so there you can see the difference in tyre wear, although he should still make it to the end pretty well. Wow, look at the mileage on that Porsche. He's done 14,000 miles. Or is it kilometres? Oh yeah, miles. That is a lot of driving for one car in a game, isn't it? So Chaos having a fantastic opener to this race. Got himself all the way back up to 7th. That's, oh, and another mistake for Turbo. He had a good start, but it's not going so well for him now, down to 7th. Oh, and he hit the wall again. But this Mercedes, again, really suiting this track. It's fast out the corners, and especially when you slow down and onto the pit straight, you've got heavy braking and hard acceleration points that Mercedes does really well, as does the Porsche, apart from a grid start, although it goes a little bit squirrely on the exit of that last corner. It is irritating we don't have the deltas to be able to see if he's closing the gap to Iraq. We'll stick with Iraq for a second, see how much he's catching up with people. This is a good result for D-Dubs as well. I think he started a little bit further down, making up quite a few positions. So here we go, back up the mountain. Just got to keep it clean and out the wall. That corner just there, the hairpin, I don't know what it is, but if you don't get it just right, somehow there's a bit of a kink on the way up, and if you don't get it right, it can really lose your traction and spin you around. But alright, you're using traction controller, I don't know what setting, so that's probably going to help just a little bit. That BMW can get a little bit tail happy. Personal best for that sector. Doing well through here. Coming through, I've just got the track map up on Google. Thank you. So just coming through the dipper, out onto Conrod Straight. Now just have a look at this for a minute. Rocket, D-Dubs and Sargent all doing quite well, but J-Nick is miles away at the front here. Really consistent lap times, 2 minutes 4. Now, I don't know if the other three at the front perhaps had an off or a bit of coming together that we missed, but that is a substantial lead. They're only just coming onto the pit straight, or the main straight. Only 2 or 3, 4 seconds off the pace of Sargent, so yeah, already 5-2 and 5-3 and 2, so yeah, 10 seconds easily ahead for J-Nick. What a fantastic start for him. Now Rocket's managed to get ahead of D-Dubs. Stick with these two for a second, they're running pretty tight. We might capitalise on the mistake going back up to the mountain. So this one is called the cutting. And coming up to Quarry Corner. And then Frog Hollow. Where do they get these names from? Oh! Manages to hit the wall but doesn't get damaged, so that's a real save. Managing to gap D-Dubs quite nicely now. Another personal best, so he's going to be hunting Sargent down coming out of the mountain, through the S's, into the dipper. Let's see how much he closes up in Forest Elbow. Ooh, super wide going through that exit of that corner. Manages to keep it out of the wall. What a long straight this is. Nearly 2 kilometres. Hard on the brakes. Down a second, full throttle all the way up, nice and wide, perfect exit. He really is chasing Sargent down. Sargent doing a fantastic job in the Corvette. Really is a bit of a boat, those American cars, but he's doing a brilliant job, and they are fast in a straight line, so this track a good combination of technical tight turns and long fast straights. Another personal best. Trying to close that gap up. Let's just have a quick look, see if there's anything else happening further down. Druid somehow managed to get past Turbo, although I think that was on the last lap, wasn't it? Turbo hit the wall. So this is a fantastic, he's up 10 places in 6 laps. What a phenomenal drive for Chaos Druid there. Although Turbo is hunting him down again, he wants that position back. Can he keep it out of the wall? Trying to take an alternate line, and I think he's done it, he has. balls of steel going around there, and Chaos wants to try and get it back. Doesn't quite make that one, thinks better of it and backs out. Coming through the S's here, into the dipper. Finally Forest Elbow, plenty of space to close up the gap. Goes a little bit deep maybe. Good exit though. So now is he in the slipstream? Can he pull that back? It might be a little bit far on this lap. But he will be closing slowly. See if we can get him into the... Oh, he does close up a lot. It goes a little bit deep. Here we go, coming onto the main straight. Can he do anything through these corners? Close the gap with the acceleration on that Mercedes. Although to be fair, the Jag isn't much slower. These two having a great battle. Right then, onto the second longest straight of the track. Can Chaos close this in, get right behind him in time for the uphill of the mountain? Running a little bit slower, but when you're fighting that does tend to happen a little bit. Keeping a nice tight line. Let's see what they do. Going in a little bit tighter, making the most of the Mercedes on the uphill. Not going too wide, the turbo's managed to pull a gap now. I think that might be it. With only 1.5 laps to go. This is still a phenomenal result for Chaos. Even if this is where he finishes. So, alright, trying to catch up with D-Dubs. I don't know, did he, if there was a bit of contact with the wall, he didn't manage to get any damage, so that's a bit of a result. Rocket and Sargent still super close. Coming up to the final lap. Janek now starting the final lap. What a phenomenal drive. Absolutely faultless. And look at the times. Fastest lap is 2:04.0. That is ridiculously quick, and he's massively consistent with that as well. These guys doing a pretty good job in second and third. I bet Rocket really does want the clear air though. He might be able to pull that back a little bit more. Fairly consistent times. We'll stick with him for now. Everything on the line here. As many points as possible. Oh, Rocket got a really good exit out of that last corner, trying to go wide, maybe you can get him on the outside. A little brush with the wall, but thinks better of it. Backing out. And he's all over him again. Can he make the overtake? Perhaps coming up to the S's at the top of the track. Will he get him? Fantastic defensive driving from Sargent. Now the dangerous bit, just got to keep it out of the wall. If he gets a good exit out of this turning, he can be all over the back of Sargent again. Oh, and he's nearly there. Keeps tight with him down this back straight, through the Cromwell straight. Get the slip. Maybe able to get the overtake if he breaks steep into the last chicane. Here we go. Is he going to go for it? Not quite. Sargent, has he gone too deep? Oh, he has! He's gone off! Oh, Sargent's thrown it away. So, Janik, sorry we missed you go across the line, but we had to watch that one. Oh, so again, he's given up another position on the last corner. Up to D-Dubs. His tyre's really hurting. But look at that. Orak in 5th, Turbo in 6th. Druid, brilliant effort there, getting into 7th. Danger Mouse in 8th, Naudi 9th. Tracy in 10th. Falcon, Blade Runner, and Bowman keeping it in line. Radiate. Indeed, Blade Runner, this was such a good race. And it's only the sprint. I'm looking forward to the main event and seeing what people do with their pit stop strategies as well. So, Eric of Canada, I don't know, is this his either first or maybe second race? I think I saw him in the last race at Brands. And finally, Cross coming along in last position, although it does look like perhaps on the last lap he did have a bit of an off, which will explain that. So there we go. Excellent. What a fantastic race. So reverse grid going into the main event now. So we'll just load that one up and get the where are we? That's it. Okay, let's have a quick look at how the grid lines up. So, first place, we'll get the information up so we can see what's going on. So, first place, Sir Tracy, finishing in assumedly 10th last race. Then in second place, Naudi. A T3 for the Porsche drivers. Danger Mouse in third. Chaos, this is going to be a brilliant race for him, starting in 4th. Turbo, another brilliant race for him as well, in 5th. Man, the start of this is going to be epic. We might have to do a couple of jump backs to see just what happens. Turbo in 5th, Orak in 6th, Sergeant 7th, D-Dubs 8th, Rocket 9th, Janik 10th. The cameraman needs to be shot. They're all over the place. Falcon in 11th, Blade Runner 12th. Let's see what he can do. Beaumont in 13th, Radiate in 14th, Eric Canada in 15th, and Cross suffering from that 7th lap incident in 16th. So let's get back up the front and see where we go. A rolling start for the feature race. Those Porsches should do quite well, as will Chaos. In fact, we'll stay on board with him. Naudi closing the gap up. Well, it looked like he was, but it all seemed like a pretty clean start to begin with. Turbo having a good run on Chaos now, closing the gap super fast. Massive gap to Turbo in 5th. Sorry, Orak in 6th from Turbo. Let's see how they can keep it clean. Fresh cold tyres, definitely not going to be helping them pushing too much. But everybody keeping it clean. Chaos really managed to close the gap again. Right, let's jump back a little bit, shall we? Oh, Beaumont spins around, Radiate goes again. Well, that didn't see too much. Let's try it one more time. So Beaumont goes deep. Oh, and he just loses it on the way into the corner. A bit too many beans in that one. Let's jump back up then. So position wise, it looks like perhaps it was just who was it? Beaumont, that was it, who lost out to that one. Now coming up to the top of the hill, Rocket having a look, very brave. There really isn't a lot of opportunity to overtake up it unless somebody hits the wall. Amazing that so far no one has hit the wall. Rocket again managing to keep Janik behind him. So we'll jump back a little bit further up. A little bit of a DRS train it looks like. Although there is a slip, doesn't seem like anyone's able to capitalise on it too much. So Tracy doing a good job at the front, keeping a gap to Maldi and Danger Mouse. No surprises, so Tracy getting the fastest lap for that one. Quickly jump down the line again to see if anything else happens. Nothing coming out of that. Yeah, there's enough of a gap now that there's not going to be too many overtakes at the back. So we'll run back up, see what Janik can do. Although he's miles off the pace of Rocket, 2:21, he must have either hit a wall or gone off slightly to get that kind of time. But with that amount of clean air, he'll be able to catch Rocket quite quickly, I imagine. Oh, and who's that? Turbo. That's that little hump in the road, I think, on the way up that I spoke about in the last race. You get it slightly wrong on that, and that's it, you spin round. So Janik up a position, and Rocket as well, and perhaps D-Dubs. So they'll be thanking him for that one. You can really see Janik is pushing on the softs. In fact, let's have a quick look through the field, see who's running on what. Rocket on softs as well, trying to capitalise on making as many positions and keeping the speed up as possible, but only one place so far, so those tyres will go off fairly quickly. D-Dubs on the mediums, perhaps a better strategy for the start of the race. Orak also on mediums. Sargent on softs, all over the back of Chaos. So Chaos is on mediums. So Sargent is going to want to make the pass on Chaos here as fast as he can, just to make use of those softs before they go off. But Chaos driving really well, very defensive, very clean, covering the inside corner there, so Sargent has to go on the outside. Parks it on the apex, blocks the exit, but will Sargent get the run on him coming down here? It does look like it. No weaving. Sargent is going to get the pass done. Will he get it done before the corner? He's got to hit the brakes side by side. He's gone a bit deep. Chaos keeps it on the inside. Oh, that's bumpy over the curb. Does he manage to... Oh, they're still side by side. Can they keep it clean? Oh, Sargent. Oh my goodness, they're still side by side. And all the while, Orak is... Oh, Sargent clipped the wall there. Has to back out a little bit, but Orak was totally capitalising on the fighting of Chaos and Sergeant coming up through there, losing a little bit of time. We heard a little bit of contact, fortunately no damage. So, carrying up through the field, Danger Mouse on mediums, Naudi on mediums. I wonder if they've got a team radio going. So Tracy on softs, but not looking too bad, all things considered. Cross on the racing hards. Oh, does he? Oh, wow. Goodness me. Commentator's curse for a replay. As soon as you get on him, he puts it in the wall. But somebody has gone down here. Oh, Falcon again. So front and rear damage, but that'll only take 20 or 30 seconds or so to get that clear. But he's on the mediums, not doing too well. Beaumont on hards. That might explain his spin at the beginning. Cold hard tyres. Not able to hook it up. Turbo on mediums. Looking pretty good. Radio also on mediums. Remembered to get off the hards from his last race. So we'll see how the strategy plays out for this. It is ×5 tyre wear, so they do tend to wear out fairly quickly. Now Blade Runner also on the mediums, barely used tyres, so he'll be able to go quite a long stint on this. Maybe a one stop, we'll have to just wait and see. So Rocket's managed to get ahead of D-Dubs, we missed that one, but J-Nick going to be looking to do exactly the same thing now before his tyres completely go. They look around about 50%, maybe just a little bit under 50% worn, and as soon as he gets to 50% they are going to drop off and he's going to start feeling it. So let's see how he gets on. I mean, look at the tyres in comparison. D-Dub's got lots of life left in his, loads of grip. Oh, wrong way. So we'll just see if J-Nick can do anything. I think a two-stop would likely be the favourable strategy. Perhaps a stint on the softs and a double stint of mediums. Or maybe the other way. Oh, he dives to the inside! Doesn't quite make it. Avoids contact though, so that's good clean racing. D-Dub's covering on well, and J-Nick's into the pits already. Not surprising really. And Sargent also into the pits as well. They don't. I think the most amount of accidents that happened in Tier 4 White were when I was in it. Definitely racing in a crowd was not my favourite. So both of them taking on fuel here. They're going all the way to the top. Okay, so they're looking to perhaps get all the way... Oh, and he... What a penalty! 5 seconds! Well, he won't be looking to go to the end. But it might be a long stint and then onto the softs again at the end. Poor old Radiate is not having a great job. Like you say, Blade Runner. Contact with the wall. Race very much compromised. So he's got front and rear damage. Turbo putting the hammer down and catching some spaces back up into 9th. Blade Runner up in 8th. That's a pretty good start, or pretty good result for him so far. But obviously we have had a couple of pit stops, so we just have to wait and see. But that Peugeot is very good on its tyres, so I imagine it'll be able to go quite a long time and make some spaces up. So D-Dubs in 7th, Arak in 6th, Rocket now all over the back of Chaos. Managing to eke the softs out a little bit longer, so will Chaos manage to defend He's done an excellent job so far. Plants it on the inside, although Rocket keeps it. Oh, the overspeed going on the outside there. Excellent overtake. Will he dive into the pits though? Rocket has to defend from Aurak as well now. Aurak goes a bit deep, so does Rocket, and that gives the place back. Rocket stays out for yet another lap on his very used softs. He's going to really start feeling that going up and down the mountain. Plus he's also going to have D-Dubs, who's on a pair of mediums, that are much better off breathing down his neck. Let's wait and see. At the personal best, so that's pretty good, even though he's on fairly heavily used softs. Oh, who was that? That Blade Runner making contact that gives the space back to Aurak. Rocket trying again, using the last of his soft compound tyres. Chaos just doing a fantastic job of defending. So coming down into the S's, I think Rocket's going to start filling it here. He's going to really be holding on. If he doesn't pit this lap, I really will be surprised. And it's looking really overcast as well. I do wonder if we'll see any rain. So Chaos has managed to make a bit of a gap. Probably down to the tyres lasting a bit better for him. Well, you can see Sir Tracy in the far end of that shot. That looked brilliant. So Rocket keeping it clean, managing to close the gap a little bit. Let's just see if he comes in. He does. There's no real surprise there. That's a bit of a breather now for Chaos. He's done well though to get 6 laps on the softs. So let's jump back out and see where everyone else is coming to. Really good clean racing from everyone so far. So Blade Runner up into 7th position now. The tyres are starting to show a little bit more wear, but I imagine that's the same on everybody. Yeah, there you go, look. So turbos are a little bit more worn than Blade Runner. Radiate feeling it a little bit more on the front right. The BMW is heavy on its front tyres for wear. Rocket out on a fresh set of mediums, loads of clean air in front of him, so he'll be closing that gap to Radiate very fast. A whole new lease of life for Rocket. J-Neck. So this is effective positions if you take out all the pit stops, so not as close to the back of Rocket as I would have thought, but he has managed to close the gap a little bit. Oh, Sergeant just keeping it out of the wall with a fairly decent gap to J-Neck as well, so you don't know who's slow or who's fast over that, do you? Beaumont still on his hards. I wonder if he'll be trying a one-stop. Fortunately, if you do get damage, it doesn't last forever on this race, so you don't have to make too many extra pits. Wrong way. So Cross up to 14th now, so he's done quite well. He started in last place, he's up to 14th, so I don't know if that's down to pit stops or if it's just managed to make some good overtakes or capitalising on other mistakes of other drivers. Eric also on hard tyres, going quite slowly and tentative through here, but I don't blame him. It's the last place you want to make a mistake. So Falcon must have had another spin somewhere. That is it. Oh no! What was that? Oh, it just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Oh man, this is just like Austin Powers. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. A penalty and the time loss. That has got to hurt. So, Maudi now in first place. I'm going to say that the Peugeot driver has pitted. So his mediums are looking fairly well used. Danger Mouse behind ever so slightly better, but not by much. Chaos about equal footing, maybe a little bit better I'd say. D-Dubs close that gap up to Chaos quite nicely. Can you imagine it's going to be scary for Chaos hearing that Mazda screaming behind you on Conrad Straight. Really is intimidating. So Orax mediums also looking pretty spent now. So I think maybe everyone's going to make it till lap 10. But I can't remember now if you have to use two different compounds in the main event. But if you don't, then if you can get to lap 10 on your mediums, it's two mediums, and job done. But I imagine it will be two stops for most people, unless they do go on to hards. Then they have completed their tyre requirement. So everyone stays out. Thank you, Blade Runner. You do need to use different tyre compounds, so it'll either be a hard and a soft, or a hard and a medium, or a medium and a soft, or any kind of combination. Whether or not it's a one or a two stop, going a little bit deep, keeps it out of the wall though. So let's jump down, see how we're getting on. Rocket closing the gap up quite well. So Tracy pitted from first place, he's managed to come out in second, so that's pretty good. Got a fast driver in front of him and a fast driver behind him, so it's an excellent target there to try and keep up to and keep ahead of as well with Janik. Although, looking at the lap times, lap 7 was a 2:26, so did he go off and then make his pit on lap 8, or was it his pit on lap 7 and then his race or his lap was disqualified or something down on lap 8 for a 2:19? Who knows? So Janik's tyres starting to look pretty tired quite quickly. He's only done 4 laps or so on those, so he is caning it. I mean, getting fairly consistent lap times, 2:05s, 2:06s. So Sargent not too far behind him, a little bit slower, so not looking to close that gap too much, but it will still bode him well at the end of the race when all of the strategies come together. Going on in no man's land all the way back here now. Consistent times. He must have had a bit of an off though on his last lap. Hard starting to show their wear almost as much as the mediums. So Eric in the same sort of position and cross. Oh, we've lost the driver. I think that might have been our other Jag driver Falcon, and I don't blame him, because he wasn't having a good race, but that might cost him. I'm not too sure what the rules are if you deliberately give up on a race. It might be a qualifying ban on the next race, I think. So Maudi doing a good job, got a nice big gap between him and his teammate Danger Mouse in second place, but Chaos and D-Dubs really close behind, so having to defend quite a lot. Here comes Chaos. Look at the tyres. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of contact. But with the overspeed manages to make it through. Not quite a push to pass, but it is difficult at that sort of speed, especially with warm tyres. So this is good for Chaos. I think that puts him up to net P3 by the end of the race, or P2 maybe even. So here's the next lot of pit stops coming through, coming in off the mediums. Let's see what they come in for. Again, I do wish the different compounds had different colours on the tyre walls. It would make it a lot easier to see. Will this be a nearly full refill? Getting pretty close to it. Is he going to? Yep. Well, yeah, going for a little bit less, and onto the hard tyres. So Turbo goes on to soft tyres. Sorry, it was Beaumont that was on hard tyres. That threw me for a second. And Radiate on medium. So Turbo is going to get him fairly quickly, I should imagine. There we go. Got the slip. Oh, pulls back in again. Thinking better of it. Although they are fresh and got more grip, they are going to be cold, so it's going to be difficult. So just got to keep it out the barriers. Here in a bit of what you can see, Radiate just squirreling all over the road, coming up. The difference in tyre compound, not making it so easy. So I imagine Turbo's going to be doing... Oh, and he goes off! Can he keep it on the tarmac for the rest of the lap? It's going to take him a good 20 seconds or so just to clear the tyres up. I do think in one of the most recent block updates it did shorten the time that it takes for tyres to clean up after you go off. So he manages to do it there, just a little kiss on the barrier on the way out. So, giving Radiate a nice big breather space there. Sargent hammering his medium still in 10th place. Later are still out as well. Those tyres starting to look very second hand. Chaos comes into the pits. Will he be going for another brand new set of mediums? Why is he... Oh, he's fueling. So he gets a brand new set of mediums. So he's going to have to do another stop to get some softs on. Oh no, he goes for racing hards. There we go, so that's it. That's his final stint. Going as fast as he can on his mediums, and then longevity on the racing hards to avoid a second pit stop. So if he can keep his times at around about 2:10, 2:11 for this many laps, he will definitely save on a pit stop. So we'll keep an eye on that. Probably to the last couple of laps. It won't be until that kind of comes through. So Sargent up into 9th now. Blade Runner in 8th. Doing a cracking job considering his tyres are very second hand now. So Tracy, his teammate, up in 7th, was on pole position, so we'll see when the pit stops come at the end of the race where he manages to end up, but he is closing the gap massively to J-Nick. So this is working really well. Going out the slip, takes the overtake. Super easy. Breezes by. So a one stop and on softs. Very brave played on that. Looking forward to see if how that one pans out. So Tracy makes the overtake nice and clean on fresher tyres, much fresher tyres as well, so he's going to have loads of grip and no doubt will start gapping J-Nick quite quickly. It has been a while. I really hope to get a few more done over the weekend, but the weather was far too good and I live in the Lake District, so I had to make the most of it. Out to the lake doing barbecues, it was very nice indeed. But we'll try and get a few more done, might be able to get another one done today, we'll see. Rocket doing a nice, good job, consistent lap times. His fastest lap, only 1/10 off of J-Nick. Orak, wow, look how worn out those tyres are. I think he'll be probably trying a one stop as well, getting these all the way down to nothing. Maybe if he doesn't come in this lap, he'll be in next lap and then on to softs. Danger Mouse and D-Dubs probably all trying the same, although D-Dubs I think has just made an overtake. Naudi with a little penalty there, half a second, so that's going to be about a second by the time it serves. So that's going to allow D-Dubs to close up massively onto this straight, but just enough time to keep ahead of him, although he manages to close it even more. Look at the fuel though he has to come in this lap. They all do. So Naudi in, D-Dubs in, will Danger Mouse be in as well? Cross unlapping himself. Alright. Oh, fuel! Next to nothing left. Look at them. Zero. Actually on zero. So Tracy now should take it. Oh, he's up into second. So does this mean that Rocket has made the jump? No, I think Rocket was on softs, but he is definitely going to be feeling that at the end of the race. So we'll have to wait and see what Sir Tracy does. In fact, I think he's going to be on mediums as well at the end of the race. He's not going to make another pit stop. That should last him to the end, and that Peugeot definitely does a better job with its tyres than the Nissan does. So lost a position overall, either through pit stops or traffic, but should hopefully have not too far behind, a few seconds, but may yet be able to close that up if Rocket makes a small mistake. So J-Nick, I really can't help but think he's going to have to make another pit stop, because we might be okay on fuel, but those tyres really are looking spent already. So Bladen have done a fantastic job with tyres and fuel management, so I imagine we'll definitely see him in this lap. I mean, he started near the back, I think was it 11th or 12th, so this is a great result for him. Oh, a penalty for Sargent. That's going to allow Naudi straight past him and damage. That might be a corner cut up by the dipper. Easily done though. If you get slightly over the white line a little bit too much, you get a penalty. Absolutely pointless, but sometimes that's the way of it with this game. So Naudi makes a pass. Sargent comes in, doing the 2-stop. So will we see him on some softs? Janik also, yep, he's made it into the pit. Blade Runner as well. So this should be pretty good. When they all come out, they're all fairly close to each other. And Blade Runner's definitely made some positions going for that long 1-stop on the mediums. So, yep, fresh set of sauce for Janik. Hammer time. He's got to be getting some 205s and 204s to make this work in 5 laps left. Blade Runner with the softs as well, he'll be looking to do the same. And Chaos opted for another set of mediums. He didn't come into the pit, did he? Because that's far too warm. I thought we saw him come into the pit. But people ahead of him, oh, there was a 226 and a 243, so maybe that must have been when he pitted. But I am surprised. I'm not too sure what's gonna, or what will have happened about the tyre choice on that one. Going the wrong way. So Sargent also on softs. Bowman on mediums. Cross coming in off of his hards. This has to be a set of softs. Done very well on fuel saving though. Managing to go 15 laps and still have nearly quarter of a tank left. Oh, and he cut the penalty line. He cut the line coming into the pit. Oh, look at this. Rocket has had to come in again. He's got no fuel. That's given Sir Tracy first place back, and he's got a massive gap to Naudi. Look at that. He's nearly at the end of the first straight. Well, that's a fantastic strategy for Sir Tracy then. But Naudi really can't catch a break. He's got both D-dubs all over the back of him. Will he get the turn, the move done into the turn? No, he backs out of it. Thinks better of it. Last thing you need is to have contact there, take both of you out and leave you open. The next danger mouse isn't too far behind the next position. Nice and clean racing. That Mazda does look fantastic. And I always do fancy a bar of chocolate after I've watched one of these races. So that's it, coming through the S's, into the dipper. Going through there. Finally into Forest Elbow. Now, is he close enough to make the overtake on Naudi with the slipstream? Naudi's managed to do quite a good gap. Oh, Didov's got the fastest lap on the last one. Excellent pace. So yeah, the Porsches are quick out of the corners. They've got really good acceleration. Not off the line, but out of the corners once they're going, they are very good. So capitalising on that. But not managing to shake him off too much. Oh, now they're getting a little bit screwy through there. Perhaps the Porsche doesn't like the curbs if he took a bit too much. Keep an eye on the radar about that one. In fact, we'll just wait and see if he gets it again on this straight before we jump back down and have a look at what's going on further down the pack. Oh, it's going to be close. He comes alongside. He's got to make this one. Surely he must be ahead. He is ahead. He's in official second place. Oh, hard on the brakes now. He's keeping it pinned on the outside. Oh, but he has made the move stick. So is Naudi going to try and make a comeback again? A little bit squirrely on the exit. Keeps it out the wall though. Yeah, I wonder why D-Dubs has that little triangle. Oh, it's gone now. Nope, there it is. Who knows? If you know, put it in the chat. I've never seen that one light up before. I assume the one above it is steering, counter steering assist. So maybe it's one of the assists. So, making a little bit of a gap now to Naudi. I think he's got enough room to have a breather. Rocket, on the other hand, is closing right up to Danger Mouse. Rocket's obviously got much fresher tyres. Oh, and he makes the pass. Super easy. Not much you can do about that when you've got that many laps fresher tyres. So Rocket now up into 4th. Although he did... No, he didn't start in 2nd, that was the sprint, so he's... yeah, he started in 8th or 9th, I think, so that's a really good result for Rocket, getting all the way back up to 4th. Danger Mouse should be able to make these last couple of laps, so that's his final position. Janik now, only slightly better tyres than Arak, but really breathing heavily down his neck. Having a little look. Will he manage to make this stick around the outside? This brave move if he does. No. Thinks better of it. So, just got to keep it clean, up and down the mountain, and then he'll be able to capitalise as he comes out of the forest elbow. But look at that, drifting around the hairpin, and he gets through. Oh, is he? Little bit of contact. I think he kissed the wall before that, and that would have slowed him down. But trying again around the outside. This is brilliant. Fantastic racing from these guys. A little bit of rubbing, but overall that's nice and clean. Didn't outbrake himself. See Radiate in the background. Really good result for him as well, up in 8th place, as long as he doesn't have to make an extra pit stop. So his mediums are quite tired, but Blade Runner on a set of softs should be able to make a position here, but he hasn't got long left. Maybe half a lap before those tyres really start to go off. Having a look down the inside, but doesn't get it stopped late enough to be able to take that position. That would have been a bit of a lunge from a long way away. But he's definitely making his car as wide as possible for Radiate, hoping to force a mistake maybe. Right, this is really close. Now he must be able to get him into the 2nd corner after this straight. Radiate taking the defensive line. Can he get it ahead before he stops? Blade Runner taking the wide line. Doesn't quite have enough grip on the outside. Maybe only half a lap of tyres left before he starts to drop off. He'll be hoping for a mistake from Radiate, who is doing a really good job. And oh, Nick just clipping the wall again, allowing Radiate to close up. Gives Arak a bit of breathing room, but already managing to pull it back. Oh man, we're not going to be able to see everything. Oh, he hits the wall, but manages to get away with not having any damage. Let's just jump up the front quickly just to see if there's anything else going on. Rocket's already caught up to the back of Sir Tracy, and Naudi managed to get past as well. So Sir Tracy, oh, and Rocket got through as well. So Sir Tracy must have had a bit of an off, yeah, 221. That is a shame. That was a really good result for him. Before that, I think that just saw someone getting lapped. Yeah, it was Cross. So D-Dubs now. Fantastic job. All the way back up to pole. Just keep it out the wall. Naudi. Also a good result for him. He started up at the top end. Was it either third or fourth, I think? No, maybe even second, and he's just kept his position. But his softs are looking pretty spent, and Rocket has got a lot more life, so you never know, he might manage to get a position back. So Tracy on his mediums, that's probably about it for him. So let's see if Rocket can get it done up the mountain. Not many places to make an overtake. Still nothing. So coming through to the S's. Unless Naudi makes a break. Oh man, don't know if he was trying to make a lunge there, but that was sketchy at best. Manages to keep it out of the wall though. So will he get the run on him down the straight here? I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Yep, here we go. This is going to be a slam dunk. It has to be. Oh, not quite. Oh, there we go. Now he's going to go for the inside? No. Good defensive driving there from Rocket. You can see him just pull across just enough. Excellent stuff. So here we come across the line. Final corner. Doesn't win it. Excellent result there for D-Dubs, getting in first place. Rocket, again brilliant at getting all the way up into second. Naudi into third, so Tracy into fourth. Going to be kicking himself, I'm sure, but still a good drive. Danger Mouse in fifth. Great result for the Porsche drivers for their constructors' points. Janek keeping it in sixth. Then Blader in his seventh. Excellent result for him. Iraq and Druid in 9th, Turbo 10th. Oh, and Sergeant must have run out of fuel. He did. Oh no. Let's just have a quick look back, see when that happened. Oh goodness me, right at the end. He was right behind Chaos. And is this it? Coming in to the braking zone, and he's got nothing left. And he'll just crawl along. There he goes. Oh, gifting Turbo 10th place, and Radiate 11th. And does Cross get? Oh, Cross is just unlapping himself. So there we go. So Cross finishes a lap down. It's just Beaumont to come across. Eric managing to unlap or finishing a lap down as well. This might not have been the race for Beaumont that he wanted, but at least he's made it to the end, and you can see he's not had the best of races because the front of that Mazda looked battered. But here we come, the last corner. And I'm sure a celebratory wave and perhaps a good riddance. But that is Bathurst. It is a difficult track. It certainly sorts out the boys from the men. And there we go. That is Bathurst completed. I will wait and see if I can do another one today, but if not, might be Friday. I can't remember which race was next, but hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.